my artistic practice is quite diverse. So I studied both theater lighting and sound design and directing, and also visual arts. And I'm also doing quite a lot of writing and theory. But then also I'm working a lot with different professionals from different fields, like environmental scientists or engineers or people from different who have the kind of skills that I do not have. And I usually work with large working groups, and together we create the work, which is then manifested in installation, usually installation work and different kind of projects. And thematically, my work very much relates to a kind of what I kind of consider fundamental existential questions related to our being in the world in relation to nature or otherness in general, or death or mortality. And now, recently, I've been more and more interested in the political aspects of those things. So our relation to animals and animality and nature and the legislation and democracy that kind of defines our relations with those things. So the Party of Others was an initiative where I started to think of how to bring to decision-making process, how to represent the non-human world in political system and law. And in Western democracies, there is a very clear division between humans and other beings. So humans can be legal subjects, and the state is consisting only of humans, and then nature is considered to be something external to that. So I didn't really have an answer. It seemed like an impossible task. And when I started to work on this, I asked maybe 15 professionals from different fields in Finland, law theory and politicians and environmental activists, animal rights activists, different kind of people, and I asked them what kind of a community would be that in which everybody would be equally represented, everybody who's present, everybody who's part of the livelihood of the whole ecosystem in a way, and what kind of a political structure could support that system. And then I got a lot of different answers, and we made an exhibition that looked at the discourse of talking on behalf of the others, but instead of this kind of a pejorative way, rather in an altruistic way, so that politics should be about talking on behalf of the good of the other. And the exhibition was kind of about this language. And the other part of the project was then actually a party agenda that I wrote based on this, and I asked people to support this party to be introduced into the political power system in Finland. And it got quite a lot of publicity at the time, and it also raised I think in the public realm of politics, it also raised questions on the rhetorics and what is the essential need for politics in general. Now in Guatemala, I was happy to be invited here to continue to work on this project in this context, and it has been very inspirational for me to work in this in Guatemala context, because the society is very different. First, it seems that the question of that in Europe we still kind of have the illusion that the democracy actually represents us, but it doesn't seem to be the case in Guatemala based on what I've talked with people. So the idea that there would be a functional representational system isn't really present. And then the other thing that has been really inspirational for me has been to realize that actually in Mayan cosmovision, this kind of division between us and them doesn't really exist. So that kind of worldview is already very holistic. And what we have been doing here is that we have been introducing people to ask the same question: how could we establish a society in which everybody who is present could be somehow represented? And we've talked both to the Latino or the Mestizo population, but also to the native Mayan people from native Mayan cultures, and got very different answers. And we have this exhibition that kind of presents this process, but then also we are using this as a seed to future, so hopefully we will continue to work on this and continue to develop it towards more like a political intervention.